Hi everyone, Marty Talker here, Managing Partner at Liminal. Really excited to tell you about our new project, but many of you might know me from Avinia, a winery I started over 10 years ago with Chris Peterson, who I met while I was an intern at DeLille Cellars in 2009. We're really excited about the progress we've made with Avinia over the years, and we've created some truly amazing wines. But there was something new on the horizon. I've always been an impatient entrepreneur and was thinking about what's next for us. What could be the next step in our journey down the Washington winemaking path? So one spring, Chris and I are out in the vineyards doing our annual trip, meeting with growers, looking at acreage, exploring possibilities. And at the end of that trip, I mentioned to Chris, hey, maybe we should go check out what my buddy Cam Mervold is doing on the top of Red Mountain. Now, Cam had been acquiring acreage on the top of Red Mountain, literally on the top of the mountain since 2004. But it wasn't until 2014 or 15 that he got serious about planting vineyards. He brought in viticulturalist Ryan Johnson at that time. And what they've done at the top of Red Mountain is truly astounding. Chris and I called Ryan. We managed to get a tour of the site, and we were driving around and our jaws just fell to the floor. We couldn't believe what they were doing up there. So all the way back to Seattle, we talked and we talked and we talked, and we said, this is what we want to do. We want to really create something that was unique and special just for this vineyard. And so we thought about it for a couple of days. I sent a note to Cam, got him on the phone, and I said, hey, we want to pitch you guys on creating an entirely new winery dedicated completely to the Weather-Eye Vineyard. And that's what we did. They got excited about what we were offering, and so we managed to lock in a number of the most exclusive, higher-end blocks in what this vineyard is producing, and we were off and running.
The idea of liminal came up as we were thinking of names for the winery, and we found this word to be very compelling. Liminal means pertaining to a threshold, and that's what we see this project as. When Marty and I visited Ryan here in the spring of 2018, he had already spent a year and a half studying the contours of the land, where the sun was and the wind was at different times of day, at different times of year. And he'd done all this work, and then he'd thoughtfully planted it and separated it into small blocks. And he used all his past experience to do that and to create the future of this vineyard. In making the liminal wines, we wanted to honor that same idea. So we're using traditional techniques and non-interventionist winemaking, but really trying to think it through and think about all these different ways we can achieve that in the cellar without all of the intervention. So still pretty natural winemaking process, but a lot of different fermentation vessels, for instance, or different oak regimens for the Syrah, for example. So just trying to push ourselves and take everything we've learned in our past and also the traditional wines of France, for instance, and apply those to the future of Washington wine, which we think is right here on Weather-Eye Vineyard.
So we're super excited about these wines. We can't wait to release them. The first release is coming up in October. The wines are going to be spectacular. We're very excited about what we have in the bottle. And with the 2019 vintage, we're excited what we have in barrel. Thank you for coming along and being part of our journey, and we look forward to seeing you soon.